Hello, we're with Sandy Rueve here at She Beads, which is a unique store at 821 Ridge in Wilmette. And it has jewelry, but there actually is a sports connection. Is correct?
That's correct. Michael Jordan. He's my connection. He started this, actually, and he knows it. 1993, Bulls were winning the championships year after year, although they had 1 year or two without. Michael Jordan asked me to make him beads. I learned the art form of Millefiori art, made him beads, gave it to him. It took me 4 months to learn it, gave it to him for his birthday. The rest of the Bulls started asking me, Tony Kukoc, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. The rest of the Bulls were asking for theirs. And I learned the art form, and now, 18 years later, I have a store here in Wilmette. It's my third location. I sell around the country. I have an internet site. I sell internationally now. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Australia. Luke Longley, I'm coming out to your house, your town, and I'm opening up a store in Australia.
Okay. So you just hung out at the United Center and Michael Jordan saw you? You were there in official capacity?
I was official. I was part of the medical team for the Bulls for 9 years, but this was my first year that I was there in 1993, and I was the medical team in the locker room.
You were the staff psychiatrist?
It was radiology. I took care of the players when they got injured and the visiting team. And Michael Jordan and I had an adjoining door that separated his office from my radiology room. And he watched that I would make string clay beads for my children's pancake breakfast fundraisers. And Michael kept asking me to make him beads. I took him literally one night, and I came home and I learned the art form. It took me 4 months to make beads. And this is what I do full time. My children are now in my business, and this is what I do for a living now.
Okay. And some of these Bulls of championship years past actually wore these
They
in
all
public?
wore them. Some of them, of course, Dennis Rodman's wearing around his neck. Long strand of multicolored clay beads that I made, worn around his neck. Michael Jordan wore it around his wrist, Scottie Pippen around his wrist. The other players would wear them around the wrist. I met a lot of Michael's friends. Richard Dent wore his around his wrist. So most of the guys wore them around the wrist on elastic.
Well, if only we had a picture of Dennis wearing it around his neck.
Of course I do. Grant Park.
Who?
Grant Park, when we were winning the championship.
I remember him well. The place.
The place, Grant Park, Chicago, after one of the championships. Dennis wearing his long strand of colorful beads. Ron Harper has his on. Bill Weddington, you can see in the background, has his on. You can't see Michael's because the trophy's in the way.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Well, maybe if it had a swoosh on it, you would have had a better shot at it.
Can do. I can do. Okay. So we now make beads for it's on American Idol, John Legend. We've got even Billy Deck from the icon from Chicago.
Okay.
But my company's name is She Beads. So I continue to make beads in my store in Wilmette. You can come in and see how they're made, how we design them, how we roll them, we bake it, we string them. All my pieces are trademarked. And they're made all here in Chicago, in Wilmette area.
And the clay that you use to make them?
It's a polymer clay that I buy in bulk as one color, and I put the designs in them. And we actually show we have about 45,000 different patterns that we have right here in the studio. And this is how we make our bead. Check it out, come here. This is how we make the bead. This is one of our workstations. We all have our workstations. I've trained 25 artisans. We have finished product. We do a lot of tropical beads. We do collections. I do a couture line that is specifically made for me, though I've trained 25 artisans. So not all the beads are made by me except for the couture line, which is right there.
Ta-da. And
We have an open studio. We're open 7 days a week.
And you have a hot item of the day?
We have a hot item of the day every day on Facebook.
And I thought that was you. No?
This is a hot item of the year.
Oh.
But the
my
hot item of the
mistake.
day is discounted. I can't say that I am. And it's discounted and it sells every day on Facebook. You know, it's my kids that are in my partners now that like the Facebook
Okay.
Error.
And
Error.
your website?
Is sbstore.com. But if you Google She Beads, I'll be the first thing that you see. Come in and check us out at Wilmette. It's my new studio. We had our grand opening tonight. Elliott is here to celebrate it with me. Come check it out.
Okay. And going back to your days of radiology, the most fun among the
Fun.
bulls?
To X-ray?
Yeah.
Well, X-ray means unknown. So Dennis Rodman, for sure. He'd have an ailment, an injury. Anytime I would X-ray Dennis, I never would know what I would find. He had mysterious findings.
Foreign
say.
objects, some would...
So let's just say mysterious objects we would find that we would not really know sometimes what they were on an X-ray film.
Okay.
But it was Dennis Rodman, so we got it.
And if we come to the store here, we'll find not foreign objects or strange objects, but
You'll
beautiful
find
works of art.
Beautiful works of art that fit your need. Male, female, fancy, not fancy, any age. Children,
Okay.
kids,
Sports themed?
sports themes.
You have any
We have-
Blackhawks?
We have black and red, so we
That's-
can do it. We can do it. Just like we did for the Bulls.